What's up? What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I hope you guys had a great day. I hope everybody had a great day. Um, Let me say hi to the people. You know, I don't never put my overlay up anymore. It'll tell you maybe this nice, pretty. I don't never use it anymore. I always forget to put it up there. Okay. Let me say hi to the people. We are here for a tribe meeting. So let me say hi to the people. Hey, Corey. Hey, Katrina, Amber, Cora, Marilyn, Carol, Lelanda. Hey, Marnie, Cindy, Yana. Hey, Boo. Hey, Cross Country. Hey, Boo. Kenya. Course Correction. Cookie. Hey, Lady Virtue. What's up, my love? Pat Pointer. What's up, Monk Chip? Hey, hey, Majestic. Monique. Hey, Demille. I love saying Demille. Hey, Montrez, Nitwit, Cub Star. Hey, everybody. VS Speaks. Mike here. What's going on? Hey, Quake. Y'all come on in. Come on in. Come on in. All right, you guys. We are here for a tribe meeting. Now, we hadn't had a tribe meeting. What's up, Danny? We hadn't had a regular tribe meeting in a while. So I want to say hi to the people. Look, I really need to start doing a better job of letting you guys know about the merch and the things and the things and the things. Danny, make sure you go ahead and drop the link for the merch at the Etsy store. We have tumblers and we have mugs in the Etsy store. I have the Really BTV t-shirt are connected. If you look, then you should be able to see them in Teespring. They are connected. If you go and you look under on the channel, you see my Teespring store. If you want a T-shirt, I have Really BTV T-shirts with the logo, and then I have the Tap 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 T-shirts. You guys can order those. What else do we have? I need to get back to doing my journals. I got frustrated with the journal situation because I couldn't get them formatted correctly, and y'all know me and my ADHD. I be losing attention real quick. And I couldn't get the alignment. And Danny sent me a template. And I think by the time she sent me the template, baby, I was over it. But I got to get back to that because I do like my journals. I really do like my journals. So we're going to get back to basics over here, honey. It is almost February. I have decided that we are going to do a fundraiser for the month of February. I'm going to find out if the United Negro College Fund, remember I told you guys when we did the breast cancer one back in October, there are certain charities that are already connected to YouTube, so I can set it up the way I can set it up the way I set it up for the breast cancer one with the Susan G. Komen. So if the United Negro College Fund or the NAACP, I'm gonna try to find a Black organization for February, but we will be doing a fundraiser for the month of February. Last time I was very conservative. I think I set it at 500, and then we had to go up to 1,000. Then we had to go up to 1,500. So this time I'm gonna set it at 1,500. And if we make more than 1,500, I will probably cry. I will be so happy. But we are going to do a fundraiser for the month of February. And again, I would love for it to be, if I can find Bennett College, it's going to be Bennett College. But if Bennett College is not on there as a fundraiser, I'm sure the United Negro College Fund, Montrez, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that shit on the docket. We're going to get to that. So that's what we got going on. Listen, we have a lot of stuff here to talk about because we haven't had a regular tribe meeting in a while. Last week, I brought you guys a lot of specialized content, but we're going to get into these things. Okay. I don't even know where to start with these people. Actually, you know where I want to start? Let me start with a fangirl moment. So, excuse me. Shout out to the 100 people in the room. Please, if you have not already done so, hit the like button. Please, so much. And please subscribe to the backup channel. I did not pin the link this time. If I have a mod, I have to stop saying backup channel. It's not my backup channel. It's my other channel. It's my review channel. If I have a mod, can you drop the link to the review channel in here and I can pin it? Hey, Bab. Hey, Boo. Welcome back. I know you were taking a hiatus. What's up, St. James? Y'all congratulate St. James for hitting 10K. Yes, honey. You're gonna surpass me, boo. Good. I see you. I see you, St. James over there. Um, you doing it, boo. You staying consistent. You staying true to your content. Listen, let me tell y'all something. And this is part of the reason why I'm separating my channel, right? Part of the reason why I'm separating my channel is because the algorithm on YouTube is so sensitive. I think I do so many different things on my channel that YouTube never knew where to really put me. And so I never really hit an algorithm because I did so much stuff on my channel. And again, I told you guys before, if I knew then what I know now, I would definitely do things differently. And so that's why I'm separating the content now. So this channel is going to stay, hot topics, celebrity news, and that kind of stuff. And then the review channel is going to be just that. That's where I'm going to do my reviews and stuff. Hopefully I get in the algorithm over there and I get some decent numbers for my reviews as I, continue to build that channel up. So that's what we're doing for those who don't know why I separated or don't understand what's going on. But here it is. Okay. So St. James, I say all that to say that St. James, he knows who he is as a content creator and he has stuck to it. He does, the church news over there. He also is a musician and he keeps his ear to the gospel music community. And so when people want to find stuff on that content, they know that that's where they can find it. He's not all over the place, so he may throw in a little celebrity news here or there, but he knows. And I'm not saying you're in a box, St. James. I think you understand what I'm saying, because I'm not saying you can't do other stuff, but you got to let YouTube put you where it's going to put you first. You know what I'm saying? You have to let YouTube, if this is where you want to be, you got to let YouTube put you there first. And then, like I said, if I knew then what I know now, baby, I would do things a lot differently. But it's going to be what it's going to be because I love my tribe and we have a good time. And we have always been the little turtle that could. Was it the tortoise? The little engine that could. Okay. Okay. Now let's move on, y'all. Let's get into some of these things. So those are the announcements. Those are the church announcements. So let's get into the really being punished for having a diversified portfolio. I know, but listen, YouTube doesn't like that. YouTube does not like that. It is what it is, child. Thank you, Tracy. Tracy dropped St. James's link. Y'all check St. James out. Since we are talking about celebrity, the church news, I do want to send a special prayer to John P. Key and his church family down in Charlotte, It's Charlotte, North Carolina, right? A friend of mine goes to his church or went to his church in Charlotte. He did post on his social media that due to some health issues, he was stepping down and hopefully temporarily, but he's definitely dealing with some health issues. So we want to send prayers to him and his family and his church family. So I've always loved John P. Key. And I'm told he's a good guy in real life. So here you go. All right, Monique says she just subscribed to St. James. Yes. I know that makes me happy. All right, let's get into some of these things. So first of all, I'm not even going to talk. We're going to get to Nicki and Meg. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Lil Scrappy. And yes, I'm still calling you Lil Scrappy. You know why I'm still calling you Lil Scrappy? Because you keep acting like a little boy. As long as you act like a little boy, I'm going to keep calling you Lil Scrappy. I'll drop the Lil when you stop acting stupid. Just like Lil Wayne. Lil Scrappy. Lil Scrappy said, sorry, I keep remembering stuff as I'm writing stuff down. Lil Scrappy said that he's never been married. And that when he gets married, that's going to be his first marriage. Now, I know some of y'all may not follow the love and hip hop of the things, but Lil Scrappy just divorced his wife, now ex-wife, He just divorced her. They got 3 whole kids together. He had a whole divorce party. Sir, that's not how this works. You don't get to erase a whole marriage just because you don't like the woman you married. Sir, he talking about something. I married, she was a whole narcissist. Well, you married her. Not only did you marry her, do any of y'all, for those of you who watch or follow Love and Hip Hop, do you guys not remember that Bambi broke up with him? And this dude followed her around and begged her to take him back and then proposed to her and begged her to marry him. Sir, you didn't just get with this woman, okay? You stalked her and begged her to marry you. Nobody has any sympathy for you. And you don't get to just decide that y'all wasn't married just because you don't like the way it ended. They got 3 whole kids. That's disrespectful. They got 3 whole kids. You didn't get nothing to know. Y'all didn't walk away saying, oh, well, it didn't work out. Y'all got 3 kids. The fuck? That's just stupid. Because at first I thought he was trying to tell us that it was a fake marriage, that they never really were married, that it was just for the show. That's why I thought he was going with it at first. I said, oh, he about to tell us that whole wedding marriage situation was fake. That's what I thought he was going to say. But no, what you're saying is that in your mind, you're just going to erase it because you don't like the way it happened. That's just not how that works. That's not how any of this works. So you still a little scrappy because you little simple. You just simple. I guess let's keep talking about simple people, child. We got another simple one. Hold on, let me get the headline. Because I'm not even gonna read this whole article for this little simpleton. I ain't even gonna read the article, it's simple ass. Hold on, y'all. I got to scroll through. Oh, hold on. Oh, I didn't even go back to my fan moment. Y'all done got me off on Lil Scrappy. We're gonna get back to my fan moment because it's on the the docket. I got a lot of stuff here, so we gotta keep rolling. Okay. Rich the Kid. I don't know who this person is. I'm assuming he's one of these rappers that I don't know nothing about. But Rich the Kid is hit with a $45,000 default judgment after blowing off lawsuit accusing him of promising woman hush money to keep pregnancy from his fiance Tory Briggs. Now listen. Now, the reality of the situation is you probably didn't show up because you didn't really want it to come out in court, and you probably didn't want it to be on the record what this woman had to say, because this woman probably had proof that you did exactly what she accused you of doing. Fine, that's great. But y'all gotta stop blowing off these court cases. Y'all gotta stop pretending that just because you don't like the fact that somebody sues you, that you don't have to respond to the lawsuit. Y'all gotta stop just allowing people to give y'all these default judgments because you mad. Just throwing tantrums and shit. All these people just got default judgment. Y'all do know that a default judgment is a real judgment, right? It's not for play. It's not fake. It's real. You get a default judgment. It's real. So now you got to pay $45,000 to this woman because you just decided you was going to blow it off. Now, in the grand scheme of things, hell, you might have ended up paying $45,000 to your attorney. So I understand, but then that's when you get on the phone and you ring, how much do you want? Ring. Now, I don't know this woman that is suing him, but I would be willing to guess that you probably could have popped her off about $20,000 and y'all could have been done. But now you got to pay her $45,000 and probably whatever legal fees that she incurred. I'm just saying. See, y'all, I can tell that y'all came from the generation of everybody gets a participation trophy because y'all think that just because you don't like something, you don't have to deal with it. Oh, she's suing me. It's a lie. I don't care. And then you just walk away and you throw the paper on the floor and you just think it's over and you don't have to deal with it no more. That's what you think. Y'all stupid. I don't like y'all. I don't like these people. Y'all just stupid. I'm sure she has proof, but that's why you get on the phone and you call and say, look, Slim. Look, Slim. Look, Slim. How much? How much for you to drop this? Gail King basically just confirmed to me that I'm just going to be single the rest of my damn life. Gail King said in an interview that a man that she was dating, she paid his child support for him. This man was $4,000 behind on his child support. And she gave him the money or loaned him the money to pay his child support. But she just could never look at him the same after that. The relationship was just pretty much over at that point because she just couldn't look at him the same after that. And that just said to me that no matter how much money you have, no matter who your friends are, no matter where you live, no matter what kind of job you have, there's just ain't everywhere. Gail King, Oprah's best friend, millionaire, hangs out with the king and queen. Well, they're not really the king and queen, but hangs out with, what's the one that left, the one that left that married the black girl from Suits. Y'all hanging out together. You got dignitaries on speed dial. You and Michelle Obama, one of your best friends. Y'all be vacationing together and be taking girls trips together. You have to pay somebody's child support just to have a man in your life. I said, I'm just gonna be single forever. I'm just gonna be single forever. Not Gail and Shirley Strawberry need a reality show. And I know Oprah, I know you didn't tell Oprah you did that shit. You did that behind Oprah's back. Because I know good, well, no, because Oprah been taking care of Stedman for 40 years. So. And I know, before y'all put it in the chat, I know Stedman got his own money, but Stedman ain't no billionaire. Stedman got his own money, but he ain't no billionaire. I don't know. I just don't know, people. I don't know. And I agree. That would have went with me to the grave. I wouldn't have told nobody that shit. Let me tell you something. There have been things that I have done in the name of love that I ain't telling nobody. I said, damn, Gail. Mm, mm. Now I was over in L. Teddy's bushes. I loaned my husband around 10K. He paid every penny back every 2 weeks. The payments continue after the divorce. But you said your husband, so y'all were already married when you loaned him the 10K? Or y'all were dating when you loaned him the 10K? And you just got 10K laying around like that you could loan people? Maybe I need to start your deal. But again, there's a difference between that's your husband. First of all, I wouldn't even, because I mean that's y'all business. I ain't telling nobody how to conduct their financial situation. But I mean, that to me, that's different. That's not somebody you just dating, y'all getting to know each other. I'm sorry. First of all, I got a problem with the fact that you $4,000 behind on your damn um child support. I mean, I don't know how much his child support was per month, but watch the Pivot podcast interview. I just took the clip. I didn't watch the whole thing, child. You right. I just took the clip. So what the clip is different. I just took the clip. Oprah got the I don't know what the whole clip is. Say what's it say? Sarah said. Sarah says that Sarah said. I don't know what the whole clip is, but I'm sorry. I even if that clip was taken out of context, why are you giving this man money? Sorry, not doing it. That was for another woman. What was for another woman? I don't think that $4,000 was for child support. Not if he was able to pay it back days later. I don't know when she said he paid it back. I didn't listen to the whole thing, so I don't know when he paid it back. I don't care when he paid it back. I promise you don't. But he paid the money back. I don't see the problem. Also, Oprah said that she paid for Gail's nanny, so how Gail is judging because she needed help at one time. I'm sorry. I mean, y'all listen. Y'all date who y'all want to date. I got a problem with a man asking me to pay his child support. Sorry. I mean, y'all, and that's fine that y'all don't feel that way. That's what make the world go round. That's why I'm single, because I'm not paying nobody's child support. Not somebody I'm dating. It'd be different if this is my man and we're locked in. You understand what I'm saying? But nah, we got to be. For me to help you pay your child support, we got to be damn near getting ready to get married. That's me. That's me. And I don't think that Oprah helping her best friend pay the nanny because of whatever financial situation she was going through. I don't think that's a fair comparison to a man that I'm dating borrowing money to pay his child support. I don't think that's a fair comparison. I don't think that's a fair comparison. And again, I don't know if she said on the clip that he paid it back. I listened to the clip. I'm being honest. I didn't listen to the whole interview. I listened to the clip. I didn't hear her say when he paid it back. And maybe he did pay it back, but I don't care. My thing is, if he had it a week later, then he could have just waited one more week. Hell, you already behind. What's a week? If you had it next week, you could have waited a week. You call your ex-wife or you call the mother of your child and you say, "Hey, I'm sorry I'm behind. Shit is what it is, but I'll pay it next week." It was for child support and something else. He paid it back a week later. But I don't see how that's different. I mean, maybe you weren't talking to me, but to me, that's the same thing. He borrowed money from her to pay his child support. If he paid it back a week later, he could have waited. He didn't need to borrow the money from me. I'm sorry, that's me. Again, maybe that's why I'm single, but that's me. If you have the money, listen. If today is Monday, you owe your child support. Let's just assume for a moment his child support is due on the first of the month, and it's the first of the month, and he ain't got it. But he know he got money coming through next week. He know it's gonna happen next week. If the money does not get automatically taken out of his check, like he has to physically take the woman the money or however that work. I don't know how. I ain't got no kids. I don't know how child support work. I mean, if it don't come out your check, I don't know how else it works. But if it don't come out your check, and he had it the next week, then he could have called and said, "I'm waiting on the payment. I got you next week." That's just how I feel about it. And my thing is, and again, this is just me and my pride. Maybe it's me and my pride. Baby, I'm gonna ask everybody in my life before I'm gonna ask this woman that I'm over here dating. Sorry. I will call my best friend and borrow that money before I borrow it from her. That's just me. Now, again, I ain't talking about if you locked in. I ain't talking about that kind of stuff. I'm talking about me and you, we still at the dating phase and you behind on your child support. I don't care if it's a week. Baby, I'm not asking you. That's like me now. If I start dating a guy tomorrow and we good for a couple of weeks, maybe even a couple of months. Let's say something happened and I get behind on my mortgage and the mortgage due on the first of the month, but my money funny, but I know I'm getting paid next week. I just need to hold out for another week. I'm gonna get on the phone and call the mortgage company. And if they say, I'm sorry, we can't help you, then I'm gonna just see if I got a best friend. Listen, I'm stuck right now. I'm in a bad situation. You think you can help me out? And if that means I gotta borrow 500 from you, 500 from you, 500 from you, 500 from you, then that's what I gotta do. That's me though. I'm not asking him. That's me though. And again, for the people that don't think that's a problem, I can't tell nobody how to run it, how to roll in their relationship. But for me, now, have I ever given a man money? Yes. I'm not sitting here gonna tell y'all no lies and say I ain't never gave that man no money. I gave that man that money. I ain't never given nobody $4,000. But yeah, loan money to people that I've dated. That's why I know I'll never do that shit again. Hello. Yeah, I done it. But that's how I know I ain't doing it again. But again, it doesn't make these people bad people. I just would not have made that decision. Again, if you're my man, we are locked in, that's another conversation altogether. That's another conversation altogether. And if he had it next week, if he was able to pay her back the very next week, then in my opinion, he wasn't in a dire straight situation. That's my opinion. But anyway, that's just me, y'all. But like I said, Gail, child. Okay, let me get to my fan moment, my fangirl moment. Okay, so, and this, you know what? The fangirl moment, right, that I had today, it let me know that even when you think you're not being seen in this, when I'm in this YouTube space and I feel like I'm not being seen, it lets me know that I am. It lets me know that somebody sees me. So the last season of Project Runway, and Daniel know my Project Runway people who are in here, y'all know who exactly what I'm talking about. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Last season on Project Runway, they had a stepping into the 90s season or something like that. Challenge. For those that don't know what Project Runway is, it's a competition show that people aspiring designers, and they have these different challenges. And they had these different challenges. And I think last season they had like a stepping into the 90s challenge or something like that. I honestly don't remember. However, yes, they did. And it was interesting to say the least. Right. So here was, I don't think this was the winning look, but baby, I fell in love with this look right here. Now the designer, her name is Laurence Bass, probably Basse, because she's French. So it's probably Basse, which is actually African French. Her family's from Africa, but she grew up in France. And I don't know what country in Africa. I know Africa's a continent. Somebody had a nerve to correct me today. One of my coworkers, I said something about Africa, and they were like, "You act like you." I said something about, yeah, when I went to Africa, you act like you was in the whole continent of Africa. I know Africa is not a country. You ain't had to try to correct me, bitch. That's what I wanted to say, but I didn't. I wanted to be like, bitch. Anyway, but this was, in my mind, a winning design. Now, it's hard to see from this picture, but her signature is leather. So she created this whole thing, and it's all leather. She did the pants, she did the bra, and she did this little like overlay jacket, right? And the pants are like suspenders. It's hard to see in that picture, but do you see the suspenders? You see the green suspenders on her shoulder? So it was like these suspender pants with that black bustier and then the gold top, right? I reviewed, I reviewed, and Project Runway is one of those shows that's hard to review. It's hard to review because it is a visual show. It's like RuPaul's Drag Race. It's a visual show. You want to see what people wore on the runway. You want to see these designs. And so I don't think people understand that these are hard reviews to do because you got to take pictures of the looks and you have to upload the looks into your review as you're doing, your review. It's just a lot more work than me just turning on the camera telling y'all what happened on the show. But I did do the last season of Project Runway. It was an all-star season, and part of the reason if I'm calling a thing, part of the reason why I decided to do it is because there were so many Black designers. There were so many Black designers on this all-star season, and a couple of them were my favorites from their season. And so y'all know I'm here for all things Black, honey. Well, I did my review, and I talked. When I say I raved about this look, I raved about this look. Do you hear me? I raved about this look. So Lawrence posted this yesterday. And hold on. Hold on. Let me show y'all something. Wait a minute. It wasn't under this picture. Hold on, y'all. I can't find it. Okay, I'll just go to. So anyway, under this picture, I want to say it was this picture. I feel like it was this picture. Y'all know my Instagram. My Instagram savvy is. Hold on, I think I know where to find it. Hold on. Oh, here it is, right here. Okay, so yesterday, you can see where Lawrence, she left a comment under my video and said, check your DM. So I went into my DMs and she had left me a really nice message about supporting her and thank you for the support. She said it took a little bit longer than we expected, but the overalls are available now. If you want to buy them, their delivery is 6 to 8 weeks, yada, yada, yada. Now, the price is out of my price range, but I appreciate it. But I appreciated that she slid into my DMs and sent me a message. Now, could this have been somebody on her team? Sure. But the point is, she remembered my review and remembered how much I love those damn overalls. And she let me know that they were available. And she slid into my DMs to give me the information. Baby, I had a fangirl moment. Now, I can't afford them. I can't afford if they were. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I do not think that those would necessarily flatter me and my body type. But if they had been an affordable price, I would have bought a pair for like my niece or something. But baby, I can't afford them, Jack. So anyway, I had a fangirl moment, and I appreciated it. Because that tells me that she saw my review and she remembered. That was months ago. Do you know how long ago Project Runway came that season? That season was like 6 or 7 months ago. Like it was a while ago, Danny. When was it? I know Danny watches Project Runway. That could be damn near a year ago. Maybe it was late. Maybe it was like spring of last year, maybe. I don't even know. But anyway, so that was my fangirl moment yesterday. Okay. Moving right along. Tiana Taylor said, can y'all leave her the fuck alone? Now they posted this, TMZ posted this thing that said that Tiana Taylor accuses Amani Shumpert of cutting off the electricity and the heat in the house. And Tiana Taylor very nicely slid her ass down to Instagram and cussed TMZ out and told TMZ, if you don't leave me the hell alone. She said, I filed for divorce under initials for a reason, because I wanted to protect the privacy of me and my family. And I did it for almost a year. Because remember, Tiana filed for divorce damn near a year ago, and none of us knew. It wasn't until her husband wanted their real names to be used instead of initials. That is what, when TMZ got whiff of the damn divorce. Remember, Tiana Taylor was trying to keep that shit real jiggy. She was like, listen, you know, my family, you know, she was protecting her husband and everything. And then we got whiff of them divorce documents, and we started reading what was in the documents. But baby, she told TMZ, leave her the hell alone. She said, listen, I asked y'all to leave me the hell alone. Y'all gonna stop coming down here. She said, you notice I ain't said nothing. Y'all take stuff out of context. You take a sound bite to try to get clicks and views, and you don't put the full story, the full context. Now, I don't know what the full story or the full context is, other than that man turned the heat off in the house. Now, I don't know if the full story is he turned the heat off because he thought y'all was moving out. I don't know if he turned the heat off because his check bounced. Like, I don't know why the heat got cut off. But Tiana said, leave her alone. She said she really tried to keep this on the low, and she really wasn't trying to put nobody in her business. And I give her credit. Usually when people say that, you're like, girl, stop. But in this case, I got to give her credit, because she did file under initials, and we literally did not know for a year. It wasn't until Amani wanted full names to be used instead of initials that we found out any of this. I don't know why he did it. I feel like, if nothing else, because again, in Hollywood, celebrity news, whatever we want to call it, they don't get I mean, it's very seldom that they are able to keep it quiet. So the fact that she was able to keep it under the radar for a year, I mean, you got to give her credit for that. Or at least I feel like we got to give her credit for that. You know what I'm saying? Amani's being spiteful and petty. I think so too. I think so too. Hold on a second, y'all. Let me do something real quick. Y'all, this thing keeps pissing me off. Hold on. Give me a quick second. Okay, can y'all hear me? All right. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. But anyway, that's what Tiana said. Whoopi said, keep her out the group chat. Now, shout out to the 200 people in the room. If you guys can please make sure you have hit the like button. Please and thank you. Make sure you have hit the like button. I hope all 200 of you guys are subscribed to my other channel. Tracy or Danny or another mod, if you could drop the link, please. I really hope that you are subscribed to my other channel. We're trying to get to 1,000. We got 500. That was the first milestone. Now we got to get to 1,000, okay? So we need about 483 more people. Hey, King Whitney, listen, I owe y'all. The crew Dallas, I owe y'all. I know the whole season is over, but I'm gonna get over there. It's just life has been lifing. But I love you, boo. I hope you guys had a good season, but I'm gonna get over there. Renee was petty with Janet like that. No one even knew they were married until he filed for divorce and threatened to write a book. Yeah, again, I never forget how Janet sat there and lied to Oprah. I remember that. Janet was on Oprah Winfrey, and Oprah asked her was she married, and Janet said, Janet said, well, first Janet tried to be sly and say, well, if I was married, I wouldn't tell you. But then she said, no, Oprah. I think she lied. Oprah knew she was lying to, child. She sat there and lied right to Oprah face. Just right to Oprah face, just lied to that woman. Just lied. Okay, that is right there, you guys. If you are not subscribed to my other channel, if y'all could please do so. It's 200 of y'all. It's almost 230 of y'all in the room. If y'all are not subscribed, please get over there and subscribe to my other channel, child. That's where I will be moving all of my television show content. All of my TV content will be over there. Whoopi said take her out the group chat. Now listen, as a person who is in a lot of group chats, I understand how she feels. There are some group. Listen, I got cut out because somebody put me in a group chat over on Instagram, and they got mad at me when I asked them why did you put me in this group chat? And they got mad at me. They really got it was. Let me tell you, I ain't gonna tell y'all who it was, but it's somebody from one of them web reality series shows that I used to review. So it's not a chasing show. It's one of them other shows I used to review, and they created this group chat on Instagram because basically it was a group chat for them to talk up and tell all these people all the things that they were doing. And I put in the group chat, I said, oh, thank you for the cash app. I'm not gonna say your government name, but thank you so much. It says just because I appreciate you. Tracy just dropped the link, Ty. I'm about to link it right now. Whoopi said, listen, I work with you hoes all day. I'm here all day long. I see y'all 4 days out the week. They probably there 8 hours a day. They get there first thing in the morning. They had a pre-production meeting. They film all damn day. You know, if it's somebody's birthday, they had a baby shower down in the lunchroom. She like, listen, I don't need to be with you hoes all day long. Okay? Take me out of the group chat. And I don't blame her. We're gonna stop acting like Whoopi ain't the cantankerous old lady down. We're gonna stop acting like she not our cantankerous grandmama. I didn't realize Whoopi was that old. Whoopi almost 70 years old. Whoopi don't want to be in y'all group chat. She don't want 20 LOLs. Okay, when somebody say something funny, she don't need to see all the responses. Okay, when somebody posts a meme, a good morning meme with the cat stretching and everybody going, good morning. Whoopi don't need that in her life. Whoopi said, take me out of the group chat. Okay? Because y'all know they be saying dumb shit. I'll make sure to tell El Teddy you want out of the members only chat because we work your nerves. Okay. Is that supposed to be a threat? St. James says 3 friends of his and he over. Right. If I were to sit here and tell y'all how many group chats I'm in, y'all would be like, oh damn. Even in the members only chat, do y'all not notice that I jump in every once in a while and I jump right the fuck back out? Scotty be getting mad at me now because the Whether You Like It or Not channel, he be like, I asked y'all a question and nobody responded because I ain't see it. I did not. My bad, Scotty. I did not see it. Now, I don't have a problem with group chats. They serve their purpose. But there are times when people be doing too much. People be doing too much sometime in the group chat. And then you have, I don't know about y'all. Do y'all have group chats that'll have like it'll have like 5 people, but it'll be like 5 people, and then there's somebody in a group want to say something but don't want to include the 5th person, so then you got another group chat with 4 out of 5 people. So when you go to send a message, you got to remember which group chat, if you want to send it to all 5 people or just the 4 people. or like 3 of the 5 people. Man, listen, it'd be a lot. Chat, I'm in WhatsApp groups. I feel like every organization I'm in got a WhatsApp group. I have 3 group chats for the site. Let me tell you something. Y'all know I'm an Eastern Star. For my Eastern Star chapter, I'm in 3 different group chats for the same Eastern Star chapter. Ain't we saying all the same shit? Well, we got 3 different groups. Same thing with my daughter's chapter. It's 2 different groups in there. Why? Why am I in 2 different groups in the same? Ain't it the same shit? Anyway, child, moving on. Now they say that Michelle Obama is running for president. I just think, listen, I really think that's more wishful thinking than anything else in the world. Now, I ain't saying, listen, I live in a world where anything is possible. So I ain't about to sit here and say what can't never happen. Okay. But what I am going to say is Michelle done told us 5,000 different ways and different times that she is not interested in any way, shape, or form. However, the Democratic Party might be desperate enough to make her an offer she can't refuse. I don't know. I don't know. But I don't think she interested, and I'm not interested in her doing it. Not because I don't love me some Michelle Obama, but y'all already know where that goes. And she ain't gonna win. Y'all really think they wasn't ready for a white woman? They wasn't ready for a white woman. That's all I got for that. That's all I got from that. I don't even understand why that's a thing. I don't even understand why that's a thing. Michelle didn't even want her husband to run. Y'all think she didn't even want him. Anyway. All right. How many more people we got? Jocelyn Hernandez got 2 years for beating up Big Lex. I'm just going through because we haven't had a tribe meeting in so long, child. I'm just going through some of these things y'all wanted me to talk about. Okay. Jamal Bryant got caught with his assistant pastor. Now listen. Tasha K broke the story. Now Tasha K said that she was down in Florida minding her business, and she just happened to run into Jamal Bryant and some big booty hoe. That's what he said. That's what Tasha said. Those her words, not mine. She said that the woman looked up at her, recognized her, and then immediately they got their asses up and they got the hell out that restaurant. Tasha K said that she found out later on that this woman is his assistant pastor, but they were not in an official capacity of work. Okay, they were not working. Okay, they were canoodling. Here's my thing. In the grand scheme of things, I promise you, I just don't care. The man is single, he's not married, and if she ain't married, I don't care about him dating. I mean, he should be allowed to date. Here's my issue. My issue is if she works for him, that's a problem. If that was not disclosed to the church, that's the problem. Because technically you are leaving the church open to a liability. If I start dating my boss and he's single and I'm single, we ain't breaking no laws. We can date. But we do need to disclose it to human resources because now you are opening up your organization to a liability, because I can always come back later and say he forced me into this relationship, because by the pure definition of what sexual harassment is, it is about power and who has control. So if I go to HR and I sign off on a document that says we are in this relationship, this is a consensual, mutual relationship. That really, no harm, no foul. And in the grand scheme of things, I don't care. And if I were a member of his church, hell, you hired Jamal Bryant, you had to know what you was getting yourself into. So in the grand scheme of things, that part I wouldn't care about. But if the church leadership did not know, now Houston, we have a problem. But do I think that it's a major thing to fix? No. Y'all sit your ass down. Y'all go sit down in front of the board or however the church is set up, and y'all disclose y'all's relationship. And you just make her sign off on a document that says this was a mutual relationship. This was I'm involved in this relationship of my own free will, and everybody move the hell on. Honestly, in the grand scheme of things, there's nothing to see here, people. Jamal Bryant has done worse. Right, Danny. You have to disclose and you got to sign a waiver. That's it. Fornication in the face of the congregation will never work. Who say they fornicating? Just because they're dating doesn't mean they're having sex. But people are making an assumption. Just because they're dating does not mean they're sleeping together. That's not fornicating. This man is single. He ain't supposed to date. He not supposed to go out here and date nobody. Right. That's how Tavis Smiley got in trouble. Right. The relationship, if you're single and they're single, the relationship isn't the problem. It's the fact that, and you disclose it to human resources to protect everybody. Yes, we're talking about Jamal Bryant, but again, Ruby, you're making an assumption. Now, in the grand scheme of things, are they having sex? Probably. I don't know. But we can't assume. We can't assume. Even though it is Jamal Bryant, even though he does have the reputation that he has, I don't think it's fair to make the assumption. That's my opinion. You know what? Say Jane. Say Jane says, now we know Molly Mall loves diving in that wet. And listen, Ruby Brown, I ain't saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying we can't make them assumptions. But if I was a betting woman, I'd put 20 on yes. I'm just saying though. If I was a betting woman, I'd put 20 on yes. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. If I was a betting woman, I put 20 on yes. But okay. Okay. We're not winding down, but we get into, I know what y'all want me to get to. We getting there. Now really be, we all know he's sleeping, but Tracy, we don't know. Okay. In the shit we did not ask for segment of the show, for those that are new here, we have a little segment here that we like to play. It is called Shit We Did Not Ask For. Now, if you are a member, you have your emojis, and everybody can play the game, though. Everybody can play the game, okay? I'm going to give you some. I'm going to tell you something, and it's a 1 if it's something that you asked for. It's a 2 if it's something that you did not ask for, and it's a 3 if it's a hell no. So even if you are not a member, you can play the game. But members, you have your cute little emojis, okay? Now, last week I did find out that for whatever reason, somebody, well, I know it's Antoine Fuqua. Antoine Fuqua, director, decided that he was gonna do his own Michael Jackson biopic. And they have casted, what's the man that played Baynard Rustin and Mr. on The Color Purple. What's his name? Domingo. What's that man's name? He was casted as Joe Jackson. Now, in the grand scheme of things, he looked like Joe Jackson. I could see him as Joe Jackson, but I asked the question at the time, why Coleman Domingo, right? And that's it, right? Coleman Domingo, yes. And I asked myself at the time, why are we remaking this? Because we already have the American Dream movie, the Jackson 5 American Dream, okay? We already have, cult classic starring, the incomparable Cochise as Joe Jackson. And if y'all don't know who Cochise is, and I don't know if we can be friends. We ain't the same. But the incomparable Cochise, okay? And my girl, now I can't think of her name. Y'all know who I'm talking about, played Catherine. Y'all know who played Catherine. What's my girl's name? What's her name? I know y'all gonna tell me. I can see her. Bassett. Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett played Catherine. We know that she had that famous scene where she found out that Joe was cheating on her, and she slapped that man and told him she didn't want him no more. Because you're a liar. You a cheat. I don't want you no more. We know that. It is a classic. But to make matters worse, they have casted Nia Long as Catherine. Who thought that was a good idea? First of all, why are we redoing it? Can we talk about that for a second? Why are we remaking? I mean, I know this one technically is not the Jackson movie. It is a Michael Jackson movie. But I don't think I care. And I don't think I want it. Yeah, I know his name is Lawrence Jacobs, but he Cochise to me. But Nia Long, y'all. Now, I can see Coleman Domingo. Okay, I can see Coleman Domingo being Joe Jackson. And you know they're doing a Nat King Cole. Sir St. James, you still here? They're doing a Nat King Cole biopic. He's going to play Nat King Cole. Now, I'm here for that. Now, I am here for the Nat King Cole biopic. And see, that's the point that I'm getting ready to make. The point that I'm getting ready to make is, why are we remaking shit that was perfectly fine the first time around? There are 5,672 other Black unsung heroes that we could be making movies about. Okay? I can think about 5 or 6 off the top of my head that need a movie, and we don't have one. Why are we remaking Michael Jackson's movie? That was listen, that movie was fine the way it was. It was fine. We don't need a new one. Go make some shit we don't have yet. Can we get a Howlin' Wolf story? Y'all did the Clark sisters. Now y'all need to do what's the other family of sisters that don't never get their just due? We need a family about them. We need a movie about them. We need to listen, but if they're gonna do the Supremes, they got to do it right. Y'all know I'm sensitive about my Motown movies. I am sensitive about my Motown stories. The Pace Sisters, yes. Can I get a Pace Sisters movie? Okay, but I need the real shit, y'all. I don't want this watered down. We don't want to remember people as bad people, and we don't want to talk about anything bad that they did. No, I want the real shit. Oh, I'm absolutely going to see the Bob Marley movie. Y'all know Bob Marley is my husband in my head. Y'all know that, right? He's one of my husbands. Bob Marley, Malcolm X. Now, I had to divorce Ice Cube. He was one of my husbands, but y'all know we got divorced a couple of years ago. It was okay. We're better now. But wait, do you know how many stories? The Phyllis Hyman story. Can I get a Phyllis Hyman biopic? The right way. The right way. Let me add that. The right way. Because I don't want no bull now. I don't want no bullshit. I don't want no watered down. Can we make a movie out of Call Her Miss Ross? I don't want I don't want nobody's watered down Diana Ross movie. Can I get to call her Miss Ross Diana Ross movie? Listen, if we're gonna tell it, we gotta tell it. But why are we bothering Catherine with Nia Long? What the hell? What is? We didn't ask for this. Oh, y'all don't want. Oh, then I see again. That's another one. If you gonna tell the Frederick, see, y'all don't want the Frederick Douglass movie, because if we tell the Frederick Douglass movie, it's gonna hurt y'all feelings now. Because it's some of y'all can't handle the real. See, some of y'all wouldn't be able to handle the Frederick Douglass movie. I'm just gonna tell you the truth now. I'm telling you the truth and shame the devil. Some of y'all can't handle it. So yes, can we get a Sylvester? You made me feel. I'm sorry. Y'all know I love me some disco, honey. Don't take me down that road, okay? But listen. Yeah, y'all might. I don't know if y'all are ready for the Frederick Douglass movie. Now, if you're ready for it, that's fine. But I don't know. I don't know if y'all ready for the Frederick Douglass movie, okay? Might hurt your feelings. That's what I'm saying. I remember I was reading somewhere a few months ago that they were doing they're working on a Marcus Garvey movie. I'm here for that. I am here. I'm too young for disco. Ooh, Ruby. Thank you, boo. I'm glad you think that. Yes, can we get a Luther Vandross? Now, again, we need the real Luther. Let me say, I said this before. B Slade might be doing a Sylvester biopic. Listen, St. James. St. James, come here. St. James, come here. Listen. Now look. I know you know these people. Okay. I know you know these people. You keep me posted on that, okay? I might give y'all my Sylvester story as a story time and members only. It's not because it's anything raunchy or anything like that. I just don't want to take up too much time today telling y'all my Sylvester story. But suffice to say, short version long, I told you guys that I used to love watching the behind the musics. Remember I told you VH1 behind the music, and I believe they did a Sylvester one. Either they did a Sylvester one, or I think they did a Sylvester one. But I always knew the song because I love disco. I love disco. I mean, I love disco music. So I always knew his music, but I didn't know a lot about him. And I think they did behind the music on Sylvester. Even before Unsung, this was years ago they did. I know they probably did Unsung on Sylvester, but I'm talking years. Okay, Ty said they did do one. Yeah, I'm talking about back when I was probably I was young. Um, I was young. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I fell in love with Sylvester. Okay. I was so here. And that was before I knew anything about like um that's before I knew a lot about the culture. Right. I didn't know anything about ball houses and ballroom. I didn't know a lot about um the difference between someone who dressed in drag versus someone who was transitioning. We certainly didn't use the verbiage non-binary. That wasn't even invented back then. And I was just enthralled. So I guess I did just tell y'all the story. I saw somebody say James Cleveland. Now listen, somebody that did not grow up in the black church. I know I grew up Catholic, so that's a whole nother conversation. I didn't know nothing about no James Cleveland. I didn't start learning about James Cleveland until recently. Now that's another one. I think that if anybody tried to do a James Cleveland movie, I believe that his daughter would bump you off. I'm just saying. I don't think you would live to tell it. I'm just saying. I don't think you would live to tell it. I don't think that story would make it. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Moving on. All I'm saying is we don't need another Michael Jackson movie. We don't. We good with what we got. And I damn sure, no disrespect, Nia. I damn sure don't need Nia Long as Catherine. Really? That's what y'all thought was a good idea? Well, we kind of got C.L. Franklin. If you looked at, okay, if you watched the remember, and I did it on my channel. I watched I watched the Aretha Franklin movie that Jennifer Hudson starred in that was sort of approved by Aretha Franklin. But then they did Genius that came on that, I think it came on National Geographic, and it was like a 10-part miniseries on Aretha Franklin starring Cynthia Erivo. Now, because a lot of people do not like Cynthia Erivo, a lot of people did not watch that one because a lot of people don't like Cynthia Erivo. But forget about Cynthia Erivo, baby. If you want the C.L. Franklin story, you better get over there. And I believe it's on I believe it was streaming. I know at one point you could get it on Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, I know at one point you could get it. But baby, if you want to see a Franklin story, baby, you better get down to Genius. Okay. It was a 10-part series, and there was a whole episode that was totally dedicated to C.L. Franklin and the scandals around C.L. Franklin and all of that. I mean, it was a whole episode that was just C.L. Franklin's story. So if you want to see C.L. Franklin story, it's on Hulu. Everything is on Hulu. But I did a review of it. I actually did a comparison. We could and I did it with the movie man. His name is D Movie Man. He does YouTube and he reviews movies and stuff. Me and him did it together, and we compared the two. So if you want, and it was based on a book. I don't remember the name of the book, but the Genius one is based on a book. Genius as a Malcolm and Martin. I saw that. I might watch it. I don't know. I just feel like, and this is going to sound arrogant when I say this, I just feel like I already know it and I don't need it. I know this is going to sound arrogant when I say this. I don't feel like I need it. There are other people who probably need it because they need to learn stuff that they didn't know. But did I not just tell y'all that Malcolm X is one of my husbands? I was obsessed with Malcolm X for probably about 3 years of my life. I read everything I could find. I watched all of his speeches. I watched any video footage I could find of his. I've read his autobiography more times than I care to count. And I feel like I know probably just as much. I may not know every single thing about Martin Luther King, but baby, I got it. I got it. That ain't for me. That's for other people. That ain't for me. That's not for me. That's for other people. That was just like when the Emmett Till movie came out. I bought a ticket because I was going to support it. It's a black movie. I usually buy a ticket opening weekend, even if whether I plan to see the movie or not. Baby, I don't need Emmett Till. I didn't need that movie. I didn't need it. I have taught Emmett Till. I've got when the documentary came out of probably about 15 years ago now, there was a documentary that came out. I literally bought out myself at the time I was teaching in DC, and myself and one of my coworkers, we took so many kids to see it. We literally had the whole theater. We ended up renting out 2 theaters because we went twice. We ended up renting out 2 theaters, baby. I got it. I know I got Till. I didn't need it. I didn't need that movie. No, and again, I bought a ticket. I didn't need it. Dorothy Height would be a good documentary. Dorothy Height would be a good. Let me tell you what would be a good documentary. And I can't think of that woman's name right now. Y'all got see, don't get me talking about history. But Dorothy Height, it reminded me when y'all said Dorothy. I'm gonna look her name up because right now I can't remember her name. Hold on, I'm gonna look her name. Let me Google it. I know the right words to Google for her to pop up. Hold on. Or at least I almost know the right one. Hold on. Because I read her biography. I was in a book club and we read her biography a couple of years ago. It was during the Panorama because I remember we would meet, but it was like around Robert Smalls would be a good one. Yes, Robert Smalls would be a good one. Actually, I think a movie that would be a good movie to do that whole the black politicians that were elected right after during Reconstruction. I think that would be a great movie to do, like, you know, that famous portrait of the black congressmen that were elected right after the Civil War was over. I think that would be a great movie to do about those men. I think that would be a great movie. Let me see. That's her name right here. Eunice Hunton Carter. Y'all probably don't know who she is because I didn't know who she was either until I read the book in the book club. But Eunice Hunton Carter, she was a black prosecutor that actually took down Lucky Luciano. She's known as the woman who took down the mob. When you guys hear the stories of Lucky Luciano being convicted and ended up being deported and sent back to Italy, she was the prosecutor. She was a black woman. She also was, when you said Dorothy Height, it reminded me because she also was one of the first. She was Mary McLeod Bethune's mentee. When Mary McLeod Bethune was the head of NCNW, she was her mentee, and a lot of people thought that she would be the natural successor. They thought that she was going to be the natural successor to lead the NCNW. But Dorothy Height got it. It was a whole lot of politics, baby, and it was nasty. Them black women was nasty. Right here, that's her name right there, Eunice Hunton Carter. And there's actually a book. You can read her book. There's a I don't remember the name of the book, but it's something along the lines of the woman who took down the mob or something like that. But that's her name, Eunice Hunton Carter. And she's from, she's from the black bourgeoisie. Remember, we always talk about the black bourgeoisie. She was a member of the black upper middle class of the 1930s, 1940s, went to college, pledged. She was an AKA. Her husband was a dentist. She was an attorney. And it was good. It was really good. It was the book. I think I listened to it. So it is available on Audible because I listened to it on audio. And it's a biography, so it has, it has its ebbs and its flows. But she was really, really good. But I didn't know anything about her. And they don't tell y'all these stories. You know what I'm saying? This is a black woman that took down the mob. What? Didn't know that. Okay. All right. Moving on, y'all. See, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all be getting me all off topic. I be going left, right, up, down. But that was me along here. We did not ask for that. Okay. Hold on. Let me see what else I got here. Carlos and Mariah Huq did another interview. Now, first of all, Carlos interviewed Mariah last year when he first launched his podcast. So they did another interview, and what I thought, let me tell you something. I'm not going to get into all of the ins and outs because honestly, I don't think a lot of new information was really dropped. She showed us her studio, which is it's like a boutique studio where people can go in and rent the space. She's got like green rooms, and she's got a glam area. She's got meeting rooms. You can become a member for a monthly fee where you can use the space however you need to for a monthly fee, or they have walk-ins available like one day a week if you just want to come in and be able to use the space. It's right across the street from the McDonough courthouse. So she said they do get, attorneys and stuff like that. It was beautiful. And what I loved was she said a few years ago, her birthday was coming up, and her husband asked her what she wanted for her birthday. He said, you want to go on a trip? Was there something in particular you wanted from me? And she said, well, matter of fact, there is. And she told him she wanted that building, and he bought the building for her. I love that concept. I love that idea, and I love that for her. But let me tell you what I did love. And again, y'all can go watch the interview because honestly, I just don't feel like it was a whole lot of tea that we didn't already know that was dropped. But what I thought was really interesting was, baby, she kept calling Carlos out, honey, and I was here for it. She was holding Carlos to the fire about how Carlos talk about how much he loves everybody, and he loves this and he loves that, and he loves the girls, the queens. And she said, you call all of us queens. He was like, you're my queen. She was like, I don't know about calling me a queen because you call everybody a queen. And then he was like, well, Mariah, I just want to give you your flowers. She said, what kind of flowers you bringing me? Because you bring all the girls flowers. I want my flowers to be different. So I just want to know, what flowers did you bring them and what flowers you bringing me? I said, I know that's right. I was here for it. I said, yes, call him on his shit. So then she also brought up a good point, and he said something. He kept talking about how he thinks that Married to Medicine is such a good show, and how he just wants to keep the show in the mouths of people. He wants, he said that's why he does the reviews with Dr. Heavenly, because he just really wants to make sure that he keeps Married to Medicine out there, and she said, why? He said, well, because I just think it's such a good show. She said, no, it's a great concept. It's a great show. But why do you want it to be so successful when you say, I'm a girl? You say, Quad's your girl. But the show did me so dirty. And the show did your girl, that's your friend, so dirty. Why would you want it to be successful without us? I said, oh, what's up, Star? I said, oh. I said, now she got a point. Now, I'm not saying that you got to agree, but baby, that I said, oh. So he gave her some old bull hockey on why. But baby, I was here for that. I was cracking up when she said that. She said, I mean, you say that I'm your friend, and you say that that's your friend, but the show dogged us. But to be honest with you, the rest of the interview was pretty much the same shit we done heard from Mariah over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And like, I honestly don't feel like, hey Pam, I called you earlier, boo. I honestly didn't feel like I got anything new, but I was enjoying her calling him out. I was here for that. I was here for her calling him out. Okay. All right. Now, excuse me. There's two. All right. I got one more thing to say, and then I'm going to get to these last two stories that y'all wanted me to talk about. Okay. There's some stuff y'all been sliding in my inbox that y'all want me to talk about. Okay. There's 200 people in the chat. I hope all 200 of y'all have hit that like button. I hope y'all subscribed over here, and y'all are subscribed on my other channel. I got the link pinned at the top of the chat. I hope everybody is subscribed here and they are subscribed over there. Okay, thank you. Also, there's a documentary, I think it's coming on Netflix on We Are the World. This is the anniversary of We Are the World. I think the exact date was one day last week. I think it was I think it was the 26th. I remember We Are the World. I owned the tape We Are the World. I remember watching that video on repeat. So I ain't gonna tell how old I am, but I guess was like what, the 30th anniversary of We Are the World or something like that, or 40th. I know it's not the 50th. Maybe it's the 40th. I don't know. But I know there's a documentary. I might check it out. I might check it out. Pam ain't gonna waste her time with that bullshit nitwit. Well, you know what? Let me not talk for Pam. Let me shut up. Pam might do one. You had the vinyl. I remember I had the tape, and I remember my godmother got me because she had like 3 copies of it. And she gave me that. She gave me that. She gave me Thriller. It has to be the 40th. Yeah, I think it's probably the 40th St. James. I think it's probably the 40th. But there's a documentary on Netflix. I may check it out. I don't know if we're gonna talk about it down here. But I'll probably check it out. We are the world. We are the children. Anyway. There it is right there. Stephen L. Carter. That's it right there. It's called Invincible. Oh, wow. The book is right there. We were in elementary school when that song dropped. Yeah, we were. I know. Yeah, I was. So, yeah, it's probably the 40th. Yeah. The book about Eunice Huntington is written by Stephen L. Carter. It's called Invincible. Okay, that's it. You're right. That's it. Thank you. Thank you, course correction. That's it right there. I'm sorry, Nitwit. I had to catch myself. My bad. Because we're gonna talk about that in a second. I had to catch myself. My bad. My bad. Okay. Now, what y'all want me to talk about first? I got two last stories. Do y'all want me to talk about this Nicki Minaj, Meg Thee Stallion situation that's been happening for the last 4 days? Or do y'all want me to talk about this Gail lady down to the tiki-taki first? Well, who y'all want me to talk about first? Who y'all want me to talk about first? The Gail lady down to the tiki-taki. Or y'all want me to talk about Nicki Minaj and Meg? I'm going to talk about both of them, but y'all tell me which one y'all want first. Okay, I see everybody saying, I see 2 Gails. Okay, y'all want me to talk about Gail first and then talk about, okay, let's get into this Gail lady. All right, let me turn my speaker on because I'm going to play some of her tiki-taki. I'm going to play some of the tiki-taki. Now, Gail, I believe her name is Gail Willis. She's a tiki-talker. And she did a story time. And she told the story of the time she caught her husband at the airport with his mistress, and she showed a clip of her walking up on that man, and it went viral. I mean, it was like an 8-part story on TikTok, and it went viral, right? So all week long, these people been talking. But we're gonna talk about a different part of this story. Okay? We're gonna talk about a different part of the story. Gail Lewis. Did I get Lewis? Not Willis. Lewis. Okay. Now I'm gonna let y'all listen. Because what had happened was it ended up coming up. It ended up coming up that allegedly Gail stole this man from his first wife. Oh, shoot. Child, as soon as you open up TikTok, there you go. So allegedly it came out that she stole this man from his first wife. So we're going to listen to the story of her explaining how she got the man in the first place. Because again, y'all, it's people always want to tell the story until it's the other story that come out. Now I'm gonna let y'all hear. I want y'all to hear what this woman talking about. Now she down in Atlanta, and but we're gonna listen. I'm gonna let y'all hear her. Let me see, is this the right one right here? All right. So, because y'all know I have thoughts. I listened to this and I said, wait a minute, I got a different point of view, and my people might not like it too much. Y'all know how y'all want me to look at stuff until I look at it, and I don't look at it like y'all want me to look at it, but I'm gonna let it play. Okay.
Good morning, y'all. Earlier this morning, I posted a lengthy and detailed video stating that today was my 28th wedding anniversary, and I was giving some details about how I met my husband. And I told you all earlier that, we're going through this process right now. Can't share too much of it, but I would share everything.
The process is called a divorce. They're going through a divorce, and they actually filed divorce paperwork in 2022.
I'll get through. And I feel the need to address this. I really shouldn't have to, but I want to. So I ain't nobody's victim, and I ain't having nobody's pity party. So my original post was about me seeing him and her for the first time in the airport. I admitted that I was shocked. I was. The video was only about 7 seconds where I said, have a good flight. I think I said, hey, Harold, have a good flight. And I walked on off, right? And I turned the video off after that. And then I said something like, that's his mistress. He's my husband. I'm the wife. And I went on back to where I was sitting in the Sky Club and said anything else.
So they was in the Sky Club when she did this.
So I guess she's is saying something about when we got to the gateway to get on the plane. Yeah, I said some things to him, but he's my husband, so I can say whatever I want to say to him. And it's just like kicking in the trash can. You kick it, and the trash may get over on you too. So some of it, she might have.
So as soon as she said that, I immediately was in my mind thinking, okay, she on that. She's here's okay. Because before y'all yell at me, let me finish what I'm saying before y'all yell at me. Okay. I am not defending the mistress, and she had every right to cuss that woman out. Let's be clear. That's a full stop. She had every right to cuss that woman out. Stop making it seem like you didn't do it though. You said I said something to my husband, and it's just like kicking over trash. If you kick over the trash can, trash is gonna spill out. So maybe she got hit with some of it. No, you threw the trash at her. And it was here's the thing. I'm not mad at you for doing it. I'm not mad at you for throwing the trash at her. That woman was listen. Now we're gonna get to the fact that y'all filed for divorce a year ago. But whatever, y'all still technically married.
Some flag, but that's just par for the course when you do this kind of stuff. And well, it wasn't too much I could do anyway because I had filed for divorce the year earlier. I filed for divorce in December of 22, so wasn't anything I really could do.
So if you filed for divorce a year earlier and y'all had not rescinded that divorce,
But but other than doing what I did do, and then I kept it moving. But let me tell you something. Me and this girl are not the same person. When she met my husband, she knew he was married. She actually encouraged him to leave me. She was doing really disrespectful shit. She came to my Spelman Morehouse homecoming and sat under my tent and saw me sitting right there beside him and knew he was married. And we were all having a good time. There was no animosity that day. We were all having a good time.
See, y'all got to listen to the context clues. There was no animosity that day. That doesn't mean that y'all are in a good place all the time. That doesn't mean that y'all always get along. That means that at homecoming, y'all were tailgating, and on that day, y'all were in a good place.
As far as I'm concerned, she came around my family uninvited. Actually, he might have invited her, but she.
So she came around uninvited. Oh, well, maybe he did invite her. So again, you mad at this woman, but you was like, me and him was cool. We was getting along that day. You don't even know whether he invited her or not. And again, I'm not defending the mistress. I am just saying you throwing all of this on the mistress. That man was there when he saw that woman walk up. He could have told that woman, whoa, 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 what you doing? Why are you here, ma'am? This ain't here. This ain't for you. So when he allowed that woman to walk up on you in your underneath your tent and sit her ass down in your face,
knew what the deal was. Then she had the nerve to post that clip of Sunshine from Harlem Nights the day that I found out everything. Yeah, because I went on one of her pictures and kind of said a few.
again, I'm not mad that you went to her Instagram and cussed her out. I'm not mad that you did it. But stop making it seem like you didn't do these things. Stop downplaying it. I mean, yeah, I went over and I looked at a couple of her pictures and I might have said a few things.
And then she posted that video just kind of trying to taunt me. So I'm like, so you gonna taunt me? And I'm concerned she came around my family uninvited. Actually, he might have invited her, but she knew what the deal was. Then she had the nerve to post that clip of Sunshine from Harlem Nights the day that I found out everything. Yeah, because I went on one of her pictures and kind of said a few things. And then she posted that video just kind of trying to taunt me. So I'm like, so you gonna taunt me and gloat after I find out that you've been with my husband? So, I'm like, So, like I said, I don't owe anyone an explanation, but I'm keeping it 100. So I ain't judging him. I ain't judging her. But at the same time, she and I ain't the same. And this is not about her. This is all about him and his life.
How is it not about her when everything you've said has been about her? None of it's been about him. Okay, Kenya says she's lost. I thought I explained it, but maybe I didn't because in my mind I knew what I was saying. This is a woman down on TikTok. She did a story time talking about the day she found out her husband was cheating on her and how she walked up on him at the airport. I ain't about to sit here and play. It was a long ass story. It was like an 8-part story. I'm not playing all of that. But what has happened is at first it went viral and everybody was on her side because everybody was like, yeah, that was real slick how she walked up on her husband and the mistress and he was looking all stupid. Like it went viral and everybody was like on her side. She's friends with Candy. They say she want to be on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, all of that stuff, right? No, she told, listen, y'all, I'm sorry. I can't do the story. I don't have it in me. It took all I had to listen to the damn story. I didn't even listen to the whole thing. It's a long ass story, but she talks about how she was suspecting that he was cheating on her, and she looked at the American Express bill, and she found out what the woman's name was from the American Express bill. Now, I was questioning how she found out what the woman's name was from the American Express bill, but I don't be paying for my mistress or mistress. I don't be paying for other people's bills with my American Express card. So I don't know how it might show up if you paying for somebody to stay at a hotel. I didn't know the name showed up on the American Express bill. But again, I don't be paying for other people's hotels and airport tickets on my American Express card. So I don't know what it looked like. And I'm sure he got it. I'm sure he has an American Express Black because he got money. Okay. He make like $80,000 a month. Okay. We ain't the same. So my American Express and his American Express ain't the same color. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the same color. So I don't know what that looks like. But she told this long story. But then it came out that this woman, Gail, this is Gail right here. Then it came out that she actually was the mistress in his first marriage, that she was with him. She was the ex. How do I say this? She was the mistress. So now a lot of people are like, well, you get him how you lose him, how you got him. Like you helped him cheat on his wife, and now he got a mistress on you. So she's explaining how her and the new mistress ain't the same. She's trying to tell the story about how they ain't the same. All right, Tracy just posted the Instagram story. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you. I'm sorry. Yeah, they've been married for like almost for like 28. Well, she said it was her 28th wedding anniversary. Okay. Are we caught up now? I'm sorry, y'all. I thought I explained it, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
His deception and all of that. So before you all get to start going to judge me and start talking about it's karma and all that, it could be, but it is what it is. So I mean, I got to live with it. You know, I'm gonna be accountable for 100% of all my shit. So, but I'll say before you all start throwing stones on to judge somebody, you know, you need to hear the whole story. So, you know, every woman he's ever been with has been deceived and lied to. But I'll give you the story about how he and I met and what the situation was. Stand by.
Okay. So now I'm getting ready to play her version of how she got with this man to begin with. Because again, she's trying to say that she's not the same as this woman that she caught her husband with. Right? She's like, we're not the same. Because she knew he was married when she met him, and she was encouraging him to leave his wife and his family. So we're not the same. Now, mind you, when she caught her husband in the airport with this other woman, she had filed for divorce a year before. Now, the divorce wasn't final at that time, and who knows what they were doing. Maybe they were still sleeping together. Maybe they were trying to work it out. I don't know. But she had filed for divorce. Now, I'm going to let y'all listen to her version of how she met this man. And she's telling y'all how she different from the mistress that she caught her husband with, okay? Y'all ready for the story? Okay, I'm ready for the story.
Hey, y'all. I'm going to address this part about the start of my relationship with my husband, and I'm going to be done. And you can say what you want to say, do what you want to do. I mean, it is what it is, and that was almost 30 years ago. But when I was introduced to him, I was told he was not married. Only to find out later that he was. So I told him then that I did not deal with married men and that I didn't want to do anything to some other woman that I didn't want done to me.
Okay, so let me stop right there. If you meet a man and you don't know that he's married, and when you find out he's married, you say to him, oh, I didn't know you were married. I don't date married men. That's not what I do. As far as I'm concerned, that's the last time you talk to him, right? That's the end of the conversation, right? You don't talk to him anymore after that because you don't mess with married men, and he's married, right? I just want to make sure we're on the same page, okay? All right, I'm gonna let y'all keep listening.
Meant that, and I still hold to that. So of course he gave me the standard, you know, we've been having problems and all that kind of stuff. And whenever I would talk to him, I would tell him he would try to be hitting on me.
Whenever I would talk to him, I would tell him, why are you still talking to him? Right, Kenya, grand opening, grand closing. Why are you still talking to him?
I would knock it right down because I wasn't attracted to him. My husband was overweight, morbidly obese, actually.
So he was married and you wasn't attracted to him?
But he was a nice guy. But when I would talk to him, I would encourage him to stay with his wife and kids. And I thought he thought that was the oddest thing, but that's what I would do.
So when you would talk to him, you would encourage him to stay with his wife and kids. Why are you still talking to this man? If you didn't believe the story when he said, oh, me and my wife are having problems, oh, we're not getting along. If you didn't believe the story, you knew he was married and you don't mess with married men, and you're encouraging him to stay with his wife, why are you still having conversations with this man?
Encourage him because I didn't like him like that, and I was like, "You married, so this ain't going anywhere anyway." So he kept asking me like, like, what if I was divorced? Because she and I having problems and all of that. And I was like, well, if that's the case, you need to get your problem handled. So I can't even think about ever even dating you or doing any of that because you're still married.
So you allow this man to say to you, well, what if I get a divorce? What if I leave my wife? Oh, well, I mean, if you decide to leave your wife, I mean, that's on you, but I can't. Hold on a second, y'all. Hold on a quick second. Okay, sorry about that.
So lo and behold, he tells me that he's going to divorce her. He started his process, and that he wanted me to be his girl and all that kind of stuff. Actually, gave me some diamond earrings to let me know. He was like, "This is a."
Why is he even in enough close proximity to you to be able to have a conversation and give you a gift? Ma'am, why are you still having conversations with this man?
You know that I'm super duper serious about this thing. So I was like, well, okay then, because during this whole time, I would not, we had no intimate relationship, any of that for like 3 months. Because actually, I was calling him Al Bundy, and he didn't even know why I was calling him that. Because he was like, why you always call me Al Bundy? And I was like, because you married with children, and I don't.
Because you're married with, like, you had a whole nickname for this man? The man that you don't want to have nothing to do with because he's married. You got a whole nickname for him.
That's with Al Bundy's or whatever, right? So once he started his divorce proceedings, he asked me would I date him. So I did. So there may be some fault there where I started dating him before his actual divorce was final, but I made sure that he had filed divorce because that's what he told me. So we did take a trip to the Essence Music Festival the first year, and a phone call came in, and I'm assuming that it was his wife, but the way he responded to the call let me know that.
So he told you he filed for divorce and then invited you to Essence. So you went to Essence with him, assuming that he filed for divorce. But then this phone call came through, and you assumed it was his wife by the way that he was talking.
Basically something was up and that he probably had lied to me. So when we get off the phone, I was like, I thought you filed for divorce. Like, why was that conversation going that way? He didn't really have too much to say. But well, no, I talked about it, but I was gonna file. I'm still supposed to reach out and file them when I get back and all that kind of stuff. So of course I was furious because.
So then you found out he lied to you about the fact that he did not file for divorce. Hell, your husband, mistress, at least he did. There is a divorce filing. Now, the divorce ain't final, but a divorce has been filed for.
I was like, you lied to me. Like, why would you, tell a lie like that? The only reason I came with you on this trip is because you told me you had filed and all that kind of stuff. And I'm thinking everything kosher with them and that I didn't have anything to do with that. Because he told me in the beginning, like, no, she and I having issues. And if I file for divorce, it has absolutely nothing to do with you. So I was like, well, okay then. So, like I said, I wasn't attracted to him at first. But he was a really nice guy, really nice guy. He's a professional guy, was president of a company and all that kind of stuff. But I had my own thing. I was working. I was a single mom doing my own little thing. So I didn't really need him for anything. But the only thing that I'll say about that was, yeah, I did start dating him after he filed for divorce. And I think from the time I met him to the time he divorced was like a 10-month span. So those first 3 months, I didn't say anything to him like romantically because I was not attracted to him. And that is what.
You shouldn't have been talking to him. If this man approached you with the intent of trying to date you and you found out that he was pregnant, that should have been the end of any communication. Why are you still talking to this man?
Real. If you see the picture of him before, you'll know why. But he was a nice guy, so I'm just saying. But I'll say that maybe me dating him before the divorce was final was wrong, and I'll take accountability for that. But I can't go back 30 years now and correct that. I'm just trying to move forward and do what's right. But Miss Thing was trying to like paint this narrative like, oh, she was doing the same thing. Not the same thing at all.
I want to know how it's different.
Because my whole time I was encouraging him to stay with his people. She did not. I have the text messages.
You were encouraging him to stay with his wife while you were dating him?
Them from the day they met to, all the things that he was telling her, the things she was telling him, and telling him that she didn't have anything and that she left her family with just the clothes on her back and, just this little sob word for him. So I guess he went with it. But like I said, this was originally about me posting a video of me seeing them for the first time in the airport. So I ain't judging her. I ain't gonna judge him. Like I said, I'm not, but it ain't like I willfully went out and decided like I'm gonna go and destroy his family. Was nothing like that. So a lot of us were deceived. A whole bunch of us were deceived. So that is what he has done. That's what he continues to do. So, I'm gonna let it be what it is. And like I said, once we get further down the road in this process, I can share some things. I don't know how to share the receipts on here. I thought you could only do videos. So anybody that knows how you can post a picture.
So listen, I'm glad that I waited, because when y'all asked me, people slid into my DMs and asked me to review this, to talk about this. We hadn't gotten this part yet. We only had her story time about how she rolled up on her husband cheating on her. We didn't know that she had filed for divorce a year prior. We didn't know that she was the other woman first, and that basically this is probably just karma knocking on her front door. Okay. So on this case, I'm kind of glad that we kind of waited. But yes, now the ex-wife, I don't know if the ex-wife has actually come forward to say anything, but other people who know them have. So yeah, I can't with you, Gail. Now, Gail, listen, listen, girl. I still, there's no excuse for the other woman being a hoe. I mean, a mistress. But it is what it is. Now, hold on. Somebody sent me something. Let me check this out real quick. All right. Let's get into this last story, honey. If you are a barb and you are sensitive, you may want to exit. Let me say this. Meg Thee Stallion has been minding her business. Okay. Meg has been doing whatever the hell Meg has been doing since the verdict. I don't know. She's been in therapy. I don't know. She just been meditating. She been down at the Planet Fitness clearly because baby, she looked good. Her body is on banging, 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 and she got a nice little coin from Planet Fitness. Okay. So last week she dropped the visual for Hiss, and she told us she was gonna drop Hiss. At the very beginning of the song, I can't play none of it because one, is gonna get copywritten, and two, she be cussing. But it's on YouTube for free. You ain't even got to buy it. You can go watch the video on YouTube if you want to. But at the beginning of the song, she said, I'm about to get all this shit off my chest. I'm about to say everything I need to say and address everybody I need to address. And in that song, she addresses a lot of people. She addresses Drake. I don't know what Drake did, but Drake is in this. Well, I do know he was supporting Tory. She addresses Party. And for whatever reason, she dropped something on Nicki. I don't know what the beef is between her and Nicki Minaj, and I honestly don't care. Okay. I don't know what the beef is, and I don't care. But what I do know is this girl made a whole song and she said one line about Nicki, maybe two. I don't know. Hell, maybe even three. But one that I know for sure. That song dropped on Thursday of last week. Y'all, Nicki probably still somewhere tweeting. That song sent Nicki Minaj on a weekend binge, where she proceeded to tweet, go live, drop pictures, go in the studio. She said she talked to Kelsey on the phone. Kelsey is Meg's ex-best friend. She said she talked to Kelsey on the phone. And then for her grand crescendo, she dropped a song on Sunday called Bigfoot. Now, a lot of people are focusing on the fact that the song is trash, that the Bigfoot song is trash. A lot of people are focusing on that. I personally am not focusing on that because honestly, I just don't give a fuck, right? But the part that I'm focusing on is you call yourself the queen. You call yourself the queen. You act like the women that come into the rap industry have to bow down to you. You act like there has to be a rite of passage that goes through you for every female that decides they want to rap. Yet, you are the only person that loses their ever-loving mind every time somebody whiffs your name. Y'all, there is something unhinged. Now, I know a lot of people have alleged that Meg is on, I mean, not Meg, that Nicki is on some sort of, I know people have alleged that, and I'm not going to put that out there because, child, I don't know. But there is something clearly wrong. I mean, Nicki Minaj was up, and I'm not exaggerating or playing, y'all. This one was up all night long. She was literally up all night going live and tweeting all night for damn near 3 days. Who the fuck was watching Papa Bear? Where was Papa Bear when all this was happening? Who was watching the baby? Because this woman was literally on one for Xavier, 72 hours, damn near straight. I woke up, Nicki was tweeting. I went to bed, Nicki was tweeting. And then at the end of it all, you drop that is a horrible song. Bigfoot is a horrible, horrible song. Now, in the midst of you coming for Meg, you started talking about this woman's mother. Now, for those who do not know, Meg the Stallion's mother is no longer with us. Meg's mother has passed away. She started talking about you lied about your mother. Tell everybody that you lied about your mother. What lie would that be that would matter at this point? Did she lie about her mother being dead? Because at this point, I don't know what lie matters. I mean, did she tell us that her mama died of cancer and she really just fell down the steps? Does it matter? Does it matter? At this point, if Meg lied about how her mother died, does it matter if Meg lied about when her mother died? Is her mama still not here? The fact that you thought, it's one thing. Now, I still think it's bad that you came after this woman about whether her foot was really, but we used to that. Child, they've been coming after Meg and that foot since it happened. Okay. At this point, I don't even care no more. The man is convicted and he in jail. And y'all can feel however y'all feel about it. It's over. But for you to bring up that woman's deceased mother in a beef that really ain't that deep, because let's be clear, Meg didn't say nothing that wasn't true. She said something about your husband being a convicted offender. That's not a lie. Hello? That's not a lie, ma'am. And you mad because you said, y'all keep bringing up something he did when he was... Okay, well, he did it. You didn't deny the fact that he did it, though. You said something that he did. Well, he did it. What about your brother? Nicki? What about your brother? You paid for his attorneys. You was in court. You supported him, and that was a couple of years ago, ma'am. That was a couple of years ago. Now, Meg would be wrong if she wrote some bars about your daddy getting run over, wouldn't she? She'd be wrong, though, right? She'd be wrong if she wrote some bars about your daddy leaving tracks on the road. She'd be wrong for that. Then the Barbs went down to that woman's grave. The Barbs went to Meg's mother's grave. They found that woman's grave site, and they went to that woman's grave site and they defaced that woman's grave because you mad that this girl wrote a couple of bars about you in a fucking diss song. The whole song wasn't even about you. I could even, well, it still wouldn't justify that, but I could even see if Meg wrote a whole damn song about you. See, that's what I be talking about when I be trying to talk to y'all about these soft asses these days. Do y'all not understand? All my 90s hip-hop heads and my 80s hip-hop heads, do y'all remember the diss records back then where people would write whole songs about each other? You can't handle a couple of bars about you? You would have never been able, Nicki, you would have never survived the ether days. And y'all remember when LL and Kool Moe Dee and Ice Cube and NWA and Nas and Jay-Z, like you would have never survived those days. The way they used to go at each other and talk about each other, they wrote whole songs. You can't take 3-4 bars. Oh, no Vaseline, yes, absolutely. That's still my favorite diss record. I like No Vaseline more than I like Ether. A lot of people have Ether as their number one, but baby, No Vaseline is it for me. Right, right. Songs that are like 7 minutes long. Right. They haven't violated it yet. I thought somebody said they was actually down there. They actually got to her mother's grave. Now, that's what I heard. But if I'm wrong, then I take that part back. But I heard that they was down there. They videoed, they was dancing and everything else down there at her mama's grave. That's what I heard. But I mean, if I'm wrong, if you know how things get started, child. And here's what I think is the funniest shit of all. Meg ain't said shit. Meg ain't said shit. Okay, Des said they released it, but they haven't seen it. Okay. Now somebody just sent me this. I don't know if they want me to say who they are, but one of my and they in the chat right now, but I don't want, people don't always want me to tell them stuff. But I'm gonna read you guys what this is and I'm gonna show it to you. It says, this is a post and delete from Meg Thee Stallion. I mean, damn, I keep saying Meg. This is a post delete from Nicki Minaj's Twitter account. It says, it seems to be given the green light for Nicki Minaj fans to go to Meg's mother's grave. I'm gonna show you guys what it is. This is what damn it, I keep saying Meg. Nicki Minaj posted this on her Twitter. That's a headstone with a horse and then a smiley face. Now I don't know if that's giving them the green light to go down to that woman's grave. But again, you're like, why is this funny to you? Why do you think talking about her mother in any way, shape, or form is fair game, especially since you just lost your father recently? What's this thing? Oh, I hate this camera. So yeah, y'all. I mean, while Nicki Minaj was doing this all weekend, Meg Thee Stallion announced that she's dropping a full album in 2024 and she's going on tour this summer. So while Nicki is over there being mad and dropping diss tracks, Meg was over here making deals all weekend. Meg was working. Meg was over here working this weekend while Nicki was over here spazzing out on social media over some bars. Now, this Megan's Law thing. Now, listen, I am nobody's attorney. I didn't go to nobody's law school, but I don't think there's any way that one has anything to do with the other. Right. She was at a whole party this weekend, a costume party, and she was, twerking up on Victoria Monet and all of that. But so in the song, she drops a bar about Megan's Law, which I thought was genius. Hip hop is metaphors. Real hip hop artists know how to write in metaphors. And she played off of her name with Megan's Law, da 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 da. So now allegedly Megan's Law is a real law about missing and exploited children. So now allegedly the father of the real Megan is upset and threatening to sue. Now, I'm just not sure what legal grounds he has to sue. I don't think it exists, but I didn't go to nobody's law school. I mean, we know that people can file a lawsuit for anything these days. Whether it's going to go anywhere or not, that's another conversation. I don't think there's a law for her referencing Megan's Law in a song. I don't know if there's any sort of precedence for that. I do know that, like, once upon a time, Outkast got sued by the estate of Rosa Parks because they named a song Rosa Parks, but that got thrown out. Like, that literally, that lawsuit got thrown out, and then they appealed it. It got thrown out again, and then years later, Outkast settled because they tried to file it again, and Outkast just said, "Listen, if we do a couple of concerts, we donate some money to the Rosa Parks Foundation, will y'all leave us the fuck alone?" And they were like, "Yeah," and then that was it. But the case got thrown out. Like, it was never like it ever did anything. The case was thrown out. I don't think there's a lawsuit there. Like, they can be upset about it and they can maybe not be happy about it, but I don't think there's a lawsuit there. He could sue for emotional damage, but what emotional damage? Again, it's not a whole song about Megan's Law. It's one line out of a whole song where she plays off of her name being Megan and Megan's Law, like Megan's Law. Y'all just be, when I say y'all, you know what I mean, y'all, but y'all just be doing a lot. Y'all just be doing a lot. Right. Okay. The Child Defender Registry. Right. Right. Thank you. Thank you, Citizen Jane. Thank you. Right. That's what I'm saying. So when I heard that, I was like, I hope ain't nobody really about to get upset by this, because I just don't see this happening. I don't see it going anywhere. And again, I personally, I personally don't feel like there's any law there. But again, I didn't go to nobody's law school, so yeah. Let me make sure I covered everything, child. Woo, we got through a lot today. We've been here for 2 hours, honey. Y'all got 2 hours out of me today. I think we covered all this stuff. Meg Law, Meg's album, Meg's mother, Nicki and Meg. Yeah, I wrote down a bunch of stuff to talk about with Meg, and I wrote a bunch of stuff. I think I covered it all, child. New album tour, Nicki Minaj fans, Meg's mother. Yeah, I think I covered everything I wanted to say. But I just think Nicki, and this is why, even though there's music by Nicki Minaj that I like, this is why I just was never a big Nicki Minaj fan, because I always felt like Nicki Minaj was a spoiled brat. that I believe a lot, and I know that the Barbs are don't believe, but I believe a lot of what's said about Nicki Minaj as far as her being nasty and rude. I believe the stories that were told about her with other artists. I believe the things that people say about her because now we're starting to see it. Like for a long time, I don't think people saw it, so it was easy to believe, oh, they're exaggerating. Oh, Meg didn't do this. Meg wouldn't do that. Meg wouldn't say that. But now we're starting to see that maybe this shit ain't too off the wall. It's not too far off the thought to think that maybe Meg did say it. Maybe Meg did do it. You know what I mean? Like I still remember the American Idol debacle with Meg Thee Stallion and Mariah. And because Mariah has a reputation of being a diva, I think a lot of people felt like, oh, you know, she's just kind of getting what she gets. But now I look back, well, I always felt like, you know, because one thing about Mariah is a diva, but Mariah let you know she's a diva. Like Mariah let you know she's a diva. Okay, I want to know who called. Hold on. I want to know who called Mr. Kanka because clearly, who is Mr. Kanka? I don't know who that is. Oh, Kokana. Is that what you said? Is that what it's supposed to be, Kokana? TMZ called the dad. Oh Lord. Oh, you mean Meg's dad? Oh, okay. I mean Nicki. I keep saying Meg? Y'all know I mean Nicki. Y'all know I mean Nicki, not Meg. Y'all know I don't mean Meg. Y'all know I love me some Meg now. But I've always believed these things about Nicki because here's the thing. I remember what Little Kim said about Nicki. And what I found to be, what Nicki said, what I found to be funny is the thing that you accused Little Kim of doing to you, you've done to all of these artists. You accused the fact that Lil Kim didn't want to work with you. You said Little Kim was rude to you. You said Little Kim didn't want to, open the door to you. But I feel like you've done that to all of these other women. Everybody that came behind you, you did the same thing to them that you accused Lil Kim of doing to you. Now, I don't know whether Lil Kim did it or not. She might have. Shit, I wasn't there. But I feel like you've done the same thing to them that you accused her of doing. And then she did to Meg what she does with everybody. The first thing out of Nicki Minaj's mouth whenever she's mad at somebody or she wants to win what's the first thing Nicki Minaj always says? She don't even write her own lyrics. Her ghostwriter. We have seen that's one of the ways that Meg got notoriety. We have seen Meg go out the top of the head. We've seen her freestyle. I've seen video after video after video of Meg Thee Stallion freestyling. We know that Meg can rap off the top of her head. We know that you can give her a beat and she can rap in real time. So you know it's not pre-written. She can literally rap about what somebody's wearing. She can rap about the color of the walls on beat. We have literally seen her do it. We've seen her spit bars in real time off of a fresh beat that's not pre-written. So again, you always throw that dig out there as if, first of all, it's not that big of a dig. I keep telling y'all, for all of y'all that act like, oh my goodness, people don't write their own lyrics. I done told y'all time and time again that some of y'all favorite rappers don't write their own shit. And y'all are going to stop holding on to that like that's the end all be all in hip hop. Oh, you don't write your own shit. Most of the biggest rap artists that y'all love today don't write their own shit. I will never forget one of my favorite lines that Jay-Z ever spit from his earlier stuff. And he was talking about, he was dissing, I think at the time he was dissing Mace. And he was like, I make more money off your albums than you do. He's a ghostwriter. Kanye West was a ghostwriter. I mean, I'm talking about back in the day. All kinds of people are ghostwriters now. But back in the day, y'all, so we're going to stop acting like all of these people, if they don't write their own rhymes, then that makes them less hip hop. Because y'all saw even in the Salt and Pepper movie. Remember we talked about that when we talked about the Salt and Pepper movie. They didn't write their own shit early in their career. Herbie wrote their shit. Early on in their career, Salt and Pepper did not write their own music. I mean, their own lyrics. Now we're going to take Salt and Pepper off of the Mount Rushmore? Are we going to take away their things? Are we going to take away the things? No. Right, Safari. We know Safari wrote for Nicki. Now she could say he didn't, and I don't give a fuck. And we don't have to like Safari. We don't have to like Safari, but we know Safari wrote her shit. And I'm not saying he wrote everything that she ever came out with, but he wrote some of her shit. That's a fact. So we gotta stop with this whole, oh, she don't write her own shit. And Biggie wrote for everybody in Bad Boy. That's why when Biggie died, for those of you that are hip-hop heads, go back and you listen to Bad Boy's music before Biggie died, and you listen to what happened after Biggie died. And you tell me you don't hear a difference in what was produced. You tell me you don't hear a difference in the language and the cadence and the words. Because Biggie wrote everybody's shit. He wrote Lil Kim shit. He wrote Diddy shit. He wrote everybody's shit. Well, I say everybody, but you know what I'm saying. That's why when Biggie died, look how long it took Lil Kim to come out with an album after Biggie died. Lil Kim was the hottest thing on the block. Biggie died. Kim ain't come out with an album for like 4 years. They kept pushing it back and pushing it back. Why? Because her writer died. Her ghostwriter died. And then when she finally did come out with her album, listen to it. You listen to the album, I think it was the Notorious K.I.M. You listen to Lil Kim's album after Biggie died, and you listen to Lil Kim's album before Biggie died. I mean, yeah, she was heartbroken, yeah, but I'm just saying, listen to what she did before Biggie died and after Biggie died, because Biggie wrote all that shit. Right, somebody wrote Ice Cube, same thing. Ice Cube was writing half. Ice Cube and Dr. Dre was writing NWA shit. All of them wrote for Eazy-E. Eazy-E didn't write shit. Eazy-E, that's why when Ice Cube left, that's why No Vaseline hit, and that's why they didn't have no response. NWA did 100 Miles of Running, where they was dissing Ice Cube. Ice Cube did No Vaseline. NWA didn't say another goddamn word. Right, she couldn't until Swiss Beats came along, right, Ty? Because then Swiss Beats started writing everybody's shit. Better tell it. Eazy-E was making money from his other job and was. Biggie and her wrote songs together, from what Lil C said. He said he was the only one in Junior Mafia who didn't write it all. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Go ahead. I got a bridge in Brooklyn to tell you too. And I'm not saying that these other artists can't write anything. Please don't get that mixed up with what I'm saying. Because Salt-N-Pepa did end up start writing for themselves. But that first album, Herbie and Kid and Play wrote that first album. I'm just saying, that's why it irritates me when I hear people be like, yeah, and she don't write stuff, and she don't write this, and she don't write, like when they talk about Cardi B. I don't know what Cardi B writes and what Cardi B doesn't write, but I don't care, because I know that that's never, people make that out to be a bigger thing than it was in hip hop, because people don't want to accept the fact that they've always been ghostwriters in hip hop. They have always been ghostwriters. Let me tell you something. The first hip hop album to ever go gold, which was Rapper's Delight. Y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Y'all ready? They didn't write it. They didn't write Rapper's Delight. The first hip hop album to go gold. Rapper's Delight. They didn't write Rapper's Delight. Exactly, Too Feisty. Exactly. Y'all see what Too Feisty wrote? We can go back to Kool Moe Dee writing Rapper's Delight and barely getting paid for it. Anyway, y'all get the point. Because we can keep doing this. But y'all get the point. Let me get out of here, y'all. It's been over 2 hours. Y'all know y'all normally don't get 2 hours out of me, but I haven't been here in a while. Please, if you haven't already, hit the like button. Please do. If you are new here or you're catching me on the replay, go ahead and subscribe, child. We have a good time down here, okay? And if you are subscribed over here, but you're not subscribed over there, the link is at the top of the chat. Go on over to the review channel and subscribe, okay? Didn't Kool Moe Dee do White Lines? I think he did. I think he did do White Lines. I know his voice is on White Lines, even though it's not his song, but you can hear Kool Moe Dee in it. You can hear his voice in the, like, I guess like the background of it. But it sounds like him. It probably was him. But I know you can hear Kool Moe Dee in White Lines. We feel special tonight. Shut up. All right, y'all, let me get out of here. I love y'all. As El Teddy say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. And I will catch y'all later. Let me get off of here, honey. I will talk to y'all later. Mwah. Thank you again for the super chat, Kenya, and thank you for the Cash App that I got. Again, I don't like calling people's legal name. So thank you. You know who you are. If you want me to say your name, put it in the memo and I'll drop your name. I don't have no problem giving credit, but I don't like calling people's government name either. All right. Talk to y'all later. Peace.